Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome to the next weekly general overview. Can you believe it is December? Here we are, fully immersed in the last month of 2019, the last month of the decade. It's me, Rafi from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you. With that said, if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so on the website addressed below. If you haven't got your seat for the winter solstice session, they are going. You can get yours on the link in the description box below, and your 2020 quarter calendar is up and out there for your purchase. It is a daily tarot card pull, astrology for the full moons and the new moons of the first 3 months of the year, and of course a talk about that big conjunction that is coming up in January. So with that said, if you are ready and awaiting the next one forward, let's find out what our week ahead has in store for us. I can realise as well as I'm filming this, I've completely forgotten to ask for the message. So wait for me. Show me what it is that all of us need to see this week. Okay. Interesting, because what I could see was a boot, and what I could see inside the boot was a building with grass and trees and stuff growing on the top of it. And what I heard was, get back to your roots. Whatever that means to you. This week we're going back to our own roots. For some people, maybe you're traveling home early for the holidays. Maybe for some of you this is about getting back to your spiritual roots. Maybe for some of you this is about maybe even the journey of genealogy, you know, looking into who you are, where you came from, how you came to be, what you're all about. This will be a very good week for anybody that wants to get an astrology reading. It's going to be a really good week for anybody that wants to get their family tree done, because the energy is there for it. The message was really, really clear. It was, like I said, just like a proper boot that you would put on, and then a house, but it was inside the boot and it was growing over the top. And what I heard was, get back to your roots. So what does that mean to you? What is it that you need to return to this week that takes you into the heart of who you are, that returns you to your roots? Maybe for a select few of you, you know, maybe you've lost touch with the people that you grew up with. Maybe you've lost touch with the person that you were growing up. Now it's great, right? We change, we evolve, we're supposed to. But remembering who you are at a core level, remembering where you come from, that is really important. And it's important because it keeps you grounded, it keeps you steady, it keeps your boots on the ground, right? I mean, that's a really powerful message, and I think I know what that means for me. I think I have a really good understanding of what that is, and I'll share it with you to give you an idea of how I'm interpreting that on a personal level. There is a specific type of journey that I know I need to start that I haven't started yet. The journey itself isn't necessarily difficult. It's the impetus. It's that first moment where I start that journey that's always the most difficult for me. So I will be taking heed, and over the next week, I will certainly be digging my heels in or putting my boots on and getting walking, so to speak. So with that said, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help us all on our path to our highest vibrational good. So let's have a look-see at the destiny card for the week ahead. All right, and this week we get the Magician card, right? If ever there were a week to begin a specific journey that is going to reconnect you with your own power, with your own purpose, with what vision you hold for your own life, this would be that week. Whatever it is, whatever that journey is, whatever that personal journey is for you, this week you must get started. The Magician card says, I mean, don't get me wrong, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater and say, right, I'm gonna launch a multi-million-pound business right now. It's not about that. It's about about starting that journey to return to something, right? The thing about the magician is he knows who he is in and out. He's completely connected to himself. He's completely aware of who he is, his connection to the earth, his connection to his roots, to his power source, right? For some people, their power source is their boots or their armor. For some people, their power source is their home, right? So interesting that boot thing come through. Now, with the magician, his roots is his power. It's his magic, right? He uses the wand to direct that force to bring into being the things that he wants. But he's ultimately connected to who he is, and he ultimately knows what his connection with the divine is. As above, so below. And you know, to go deeper into that that saying that we hear so much nowadays, right? If the celestial bodies, the stars, the planets, the moon, the sun, are considered divine beings, and you know, the heavens and the celestials is all considered like heavenly, right? Consider then that as above, so below. If he's the channel for those things, it stands to reason that he is himself, in essence, a piece of the divine. Right, and this is the distinction. Yes, we all have a shard of God, the universe, Allah, Buddha, Chi, the all, the universe, whatever you want to call it. We all have that divine spark within us. We are not specifically, I mean, we are the all of everything, but we're not God, right? We're not in control of everything. We are a reflection of the celestial bodies and the heavens in human form. Right, and so understanding that whole thing about as above, so below, knowing yourself to be a divine being, and knowing that providing you work in harmony with the laws of the universe, so to speak, you can create anything that you should so choose. Right, so a really powerful destiny card this week, and obviously the magician card is number one, that primary projectile erective force, right? It is the masculine directive primal energy that has the initiatory energy behind it. And this isn't necessarily about male or female, it's about a polarity of energy, before anybody gets into that, you know, masculine feminine debate. It really is redundant, and you guys know me, I don't do any of that. I choose not to. I think it's a waste of time and energy. But yeah, this is the week to get started. Whatever your personal journey is, you're going to have to rediscover your roots, and you're going to have to put your boots on so that you can get on that path. Your direction card for the week ahead is the Queen of Cups. Now, through all of this, look at that, right? This balance and the polarities, right? So you've got all of that projectile, masculine, initiatory energy there with the Destiny card. And the direction card with the Queen of Cups says, do this through love. Do it through the response of love. Do it through I'm not going to say reaction, but to make sure that whatever actions you take, you do them through love. Make sure that you're directing your emotional force. Make sure you're directing all of your energies through your heart space, through your heart center, to say, right, okay, I want to do this. I'll give you an example. If you've been saying to yourself, do you know what, I'm going to study, I'm finally going to get that qualification. If you're berating yourself, right, it's good to have this energy, but if you come at it from the right, you know, you need to study 5 hours a day and you haven't done this before, so you know what, all those other times you failed, you're not going to fail this time. If you do it through that, the chances are at some point you're going to get sick of your own bullshit, right? If you nurture yourself, if you nourish yourself, if you nourish your emotional center, your spiritual self, your soul self, right, through this heart space energy of the Queen of Cups, that is how you are going to get it, right? So at the beginning of this journey, whatever it is for you personally, if it's a diet, right, don't say to yourself, come on fatty, you've got to get off, you know, you've got to do this, you've got to do that, and be pushy. Nurture and nourish yourself enough to say, right, you know what, we need to get started and we need to commit to this goal and to making it happen. Right? but I love you and care enough for you to say this isn't about punishment. It's about making your body strong. It's about feeding yourself right. It's about getting enough rest, about getting enough sleep. Same with the studies, right? You know what? We're going to get this qualification. I might not have been able to do it before, but I'm going to do it this time. I'm going to set myself some time to study, and I'm going to make sure that I take breaks. I'm going to, you know, like this whole thing of almost like parenting yourself, getting back to your roots. Even, and you know, I'll say this as well, for those of you that are watching this that didn't have you know, and let's face it, that's the majority of us, right? Those of us that didn't have that strong parental unit that could give you that, this is about going back to those roots within yourself to parent yourself, right? To give yourself the tough love, but also, on the other hand, to give yourself the nurturing and the nourishing and the love, right? To say, you know what, this is what the objective is. This is the goal that I would like to reach. Now, self, we need to get there, right? Come kicking, come screaming, you've got to do it. So here's the deal. This is the goal. I'm going to expect you to work hard, but I'm going to support you throughout the whole thing. And if I can't support you, then I'm going to reach out and find someone or something that does. Sometimes you have to go into the root of things, right? Sometimes you've got to put the boots on, but you've got to do it through the heart space, right? Very interesting, because the house was inside the boot, right? And for me, the house, obviously, if you think about Cancerian energy, which is the Queen of Cups, you know, it has that sort of home vibe. So very, very interesting. And just as I said that, it turned the clock counter turned 11:11. So there's definitely something going on here. Really, really nice. The other thing with the direction card as well, finding ways to manipulate your own emotional energy and being aware of where you manipulate yourself into self-sabotaging tendencies. This is going to be a week that's going to really reveal a lot to you, and it will see you making probably more progress. You could, the potential is there for you to make more progress in this 1 week than you might have done all year. All right, the potential is such. Okay, so the insight card for the week ahead is the Moon card, bringing it full circle, bringing it full cycle, right? So for any of you that know a Pisces, especially a Pisces female, this is a good week for you to reach out to them, to talk to them. They may have a message for you. Through the process of conversation with any Pisces that you know, you could come to an amazing realization, or you could have the spark of an idea. With the Moon card, things come to completion, and it will also reveal to you, because it's all about your roots, what are your innate fears? What are the things that have held you back? What are the messages, the moments, the self-talk? What are those cycles that you have been in that you're not in anymore, because you're already pushing out of that, you're already breaking out of it? What have you been in, and what have you learned from it? Right? What did you learn from your roots? What is it that you have been able to take away from your parental relationships, or the relationships that you saw growing up? You know, and when I say relationships, I'm not necessarily talking about people relating with each other. I'm talking about how people related with themselves. You know, did your mum always tell herself that she wasn't slim enough, or that she wasn't this, this and this? Did your dad always say that he didn't work hard enough, or he never earned enough money? Those things, when you kind of put those things on a repeat loop, they sink into your body and into your energy, and they start to express and manifest in the world. That's the secret, right? That is literally how it works. So many of us do it so unconsciously that it just becomes, you know, it kind of runs away with itself and becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Now, really, really interesting, shameless self-promotion here. I am currently working on a document. It's going to be a PDF. It's already at like 48 pages at the moment, called Mindset Magic. So look out for that, because it talks all about this stuff, and it's really interesting that it's coming up for me this week, because I'm like, oh damn, okay, really, really exciting. I wish you all an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Be firm with yourself, but be loving with yourself, be kind with yourself, understand, make a choice, make a stand. Where is it that you want to go? What is it that you want to achieve? And then make the path towards that, right? Once you make the decision, once you say, yes, you know what, I'm going to do this, I'm going to get started on it, take yourself by the hand and get yourself through it any way that you can, through love, through nurturing, through nourishment, through care, through attention, through focus and diligence, right? And by really taking your emotional state and pouring it into that, learning how to not be manipulated by circumstances externally in the emotional sense, and also how to manipulate your own emotional energy so that it does what you want rather than working against you. This is going to be a really powerful week for a lot of us. I feel like this is going to be a week where a lot of us make a lot of headway in a very short space of time. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up for you. Take care, and I'll see you soon.